Jackson development. That's where it's driven from, if you want to know the truth. It had nothing to do with you. What the staff did, from my understanding, was look at all the areas that it would encompass. This tonight, if I'm correct me, staff, was to simply ask us, do we want to let them move forward and just look at areas. None of us seen this map until Friday night or Saturday morning. Is that when we got the agenda published?
Yeah,
okay.
The agenda was published, yes.
You see what I'm saying? That's when we first got it. There was no agenda, no secret meetings, none of this plotting going on amongst the community. I know many residents here. I know many of you. One of you are my neighbor. And I personally talked to him before the council meeting started. And what did I tell you, sir? I would do everything in my power to ensure your property was left alone, didn't I?
That's right.
So, but also talk back there. So when it's disrespectful, when we have members trying to direct that this council's plotting, this council's not plotting whatsoever.
I didn't think you were plotting.
Okay, this is not driven by the mayor.
Hold on, we're out
This
of
is
order.
not driven by the mayor. This has been discussed by the council. And numerous times, we've talked about annexing properties and looking at areas we need to annex because we haven't done it in a long time. That's why I asked the first question of Peter. What was my first question? Can we go around your properties? Do we have that? Okay, did I not just ask that? Okay, so that's clear in the public eye. That's the first thing I asked. This is the first time that anybody's ever mentioned as a Friday night your properties. When we got this, Friday or Saturday morning, we got our agenda published. It's the first time. In fact, I think I talked to some of you before the council meeting did that. And I told you the exact same thing. The first time I seen it was when I seen my agenda. So,
I just want to be clear to help the public understand. Let me interrupt you if I can for a minute, Mr. Stephens. So, Mr. Fisher, how you came about coming up with this plan, is my understanding, is that you direct the city engineer to look at all the areas. Nothing was singled out to allow us to start trying to fill in what we're calling the hole in the donut. Nothing's been annexed in the city of Forney for decades. Okay? And we're having issues with developments that are putting in mud districts and they're developing property outside the city limits that we have no control over. It's causing flood issues. It's causing major issues with transportation or road infrastructure, various issues. So Mr. Dormeyer, our city engineer, was instructed to just look at the city as a whole. Where are there holes in what has been built, what's trying to build around us? And my understanding, Mr.